Well, getting a divorce, there is a lot to think about, but there's one issue that you'll want to tackle before tax day. How do you deal with your taxes? You partly married? Are you single? And what about the kids? Lawrence Hirsch, he is a family law attorney and partner at Jaburg Wilk, and here to tell us what you need to know. And the first thing you want people to know is that you're a divorce attorney, not a tax attorney, right?
Absolutely. Everybody, I ask all of my clients to please seek the independent counsel of a CPA, or in more complex cases, we're going to retain a tax attorney. Because my level of expertise, I do not know the code backwards and forwards. What I can do is point out things that you should be thinking about during your divorce. But when it comes to specific enforcement of code provisions, you should be talking to a tax expert.
Okay, good advice right there. That's the best. Okay, so how do we file if you're in the middle of a divorce? It's not the end of the year yet. Are you single? Are you married? What are you?
Well, if a decree has not been entered yet, you are still married. Okay. So let's assume that you're going through a divorce and the end of the year comes, the divorce decree has not been entered, you're still married. So you have the option of married filing separately or married filing jointly. Okay. Now, one of the things that I tell a lot of people to do is there are some benefits potentially to filing either way. Assuming you have the funds to do so, you should probably have your accountant or have two accountants put together two different drafts of your taxes and see which filing status is going to be more beneficial to you. Now, if you are divorced, let's say mid-year, then at the end of the year, December 31st, 2019, for example, if you're divorced by that time, you will be filing as a single taxpayer. Okay,
that's where it gets all complicated and everything, right? Let's talk about the laws that have changed recently. When we talk about spousal maintenance, used to be called alimony, new word, spousal maintenance. What changed with the tax laws and in divorce? Sure, and this is something that a lot of people aren't aware of in the new Trump tax changes.
Spousal maintenance used to be deductible from the individual who is paying spousal maintenance, and it used to be counted as taxable income for the person that was receiving spousal maintenance. As of January 1st, 2019, that is no longer the case. So if you are receiving spousal maintenance, it is now tax-free. You don't need to report it as income, but if you're paying spousal maintenance, you lose that deduction, which used to be incredibly beneficial. Okay, but as a divorce attorney, and again, you're not giving tax advice, but those are some of the things that have changed that you need to help people, advise people on. Maybe you shouldn't be getting spousal maintenance. You know, if you already make enough money. I mean, this is where all of the settlement, comes into play, right? Sure. We're going to look at things from a global perspective, but one of the things that we have to take a look at as divorce lawyers is the tax consequences of the disposition of assets in your divorce. Okay. And so we start talking about big fancy words like basis, and what was the cost of the asset, and who are we allocating that asset to, and what's the tax consequence going to be when you sell that asset. Give us, our viewers, the analogy that you gave me earlier. Sure. If we are splitting up a brokerage account, for example, that has a bunch of stocks in it, and those stocks may have different basis points, or different basis, meaning the cost of the acquisition of those stocks is different. When each of those parties goes to sell the respective stocks, there's going to be a bigger tax consequence on one end of that, depending on who took what. And so this is where I say you need to, A, pay attention, B, your divorce lawyer needs to point these things out, but C, you need to speak with an independent CPA and get your own advice. That's the best advice right there. You need a whole tribe to help you through this is what I'm hearing. Lawrence, thank you very much. Really good information. And if you need more information or more help, Jaburg Wilk, they have a barrage of attorneys there that can help you. 3200 North Central Avenue, Suite 2000 in Phoenix, 602-248-1000. Learn more, jaburgwilk.com.